here's a little backstory about me and Green Bay Packer games. If we want to talk about Monday Night Football here,
Oh, I know where this is going.
Hold
on. Can we do an intro?
We should probably do an intro. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea, right?
Just a quick intro, and then you can jump into it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Emma.
I mean, we're just gonna run it. This is the intro.
I like it.
So here we are, podcast episode number 1. We don't really know the name, but right now it's Views from the 906. I'm Dylan Hemela. I'm joined by my 2 co-hosts, Mike Williams.
What up?
And Justin Riley.
What's up?
So there's our intro. Back to Mike's story about Monday Night Football.
All right, so I'm a diehard, lifelong Green Bay Packer fan. My first game I went to was, I don't know, maybe like 4 years ago. Aaron Rodgers was out. Scott Tolzien was the quarterback for the Packers at the time. And it was in Lambeau against the Minnesota Vikings. First game I ever been to on any professional sports level, and it ended in a fucking tie. Second game I went to, second Packers game, was down in Ford Field against the Lions. It was a Thanksgiving Day game, and the Lions just piss pounded the Packers. It was a god-awful game to be at. I hated myself, and I pretty much wanted to die the entire rest of the month of December, end of November. I swear to God it happened.
The refs never let the Packers lose. We all know that.
I mean, I was there. It happened. Third game I went to was again against the Vikings in Minnesota. Like, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago now?
Yeah, I remember that.
Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone. He was out for the rest of the season. So I'm absolute dog shit luck for the Packers. Shouldn't have been there. Thought twice about going, but I decided since my girlfriend bought the tickets, I might as well go. So I'm sitting there at the Packers game, and they're down by 2 in this previous Monday night game, last night's game, which will be 2 nights ago by the time this is posted. And the Packers get the ball back, and I decide I shouldn't be in Lambeau Field anymore because I'm just bad luck. Something bad is going to happen.
No, you didn't.
There's no way you left.
I did.
You left, bro.
I left the field and watched the rest of the game in the fucking atrium.
Oh, my
God. And lo and behold, the Packers win by 1. So that's my story.
Shout out.
What was it like there?
Yeah, what was the atmosphere?
What was it like there, especially towards the end?
So I was right in the end zone. Like
standing there?
I probably got some TV time, honestly. If you look hard enough, you could probably
I was looking for you.
Like, all but one of the liquored up kicker's kicks came right at me. The liquored up kicker being Matt Prater.
Mr. DUI?
Yeah, Mr. DUI. Which,
man, is he ice cold?
He is, dude.
Bro.
He's dirty. Right down the pipe, 54 yards.
25, 34, 55. It just doesn't matter.
He is ice cold.
I had no idea. He has the most 50-plus yard kicks in NFL history.
Yeah, dude, he's dirty.
I mean, I believe it now, yeah.
That's insane.
The DUI.
But yeah, the liquored up kicker, man, he must have had a couple of fifths with him on the sideline because he was spot on all game.
Oh, he always has his flask on him, bro. Always.
Easy. For sure.
Just automatic. But you know who else is fucking automatic? You know who else is automatic? Mason Crosby.
I guess if you kick for 25 yards, eh?
I mean, maybe not in like 2014, but nowadays, pretty automatic.
Chip shots, man.
So what was that atmosphere like? Was it like, were people hype about these flags popping out?
Yeah, did you guys know when you were there that all this was going on?
Not really. I mean, obviously we don't get the insight that the TV viewers get when you go to live games. Like all the well, let's go to New York and talk to these guys. What does our referee in New York think about all this? Like Mike Piera or John Perry or whoever the hell it was doing all this shit.
Dean Blandino.
Yeah. Like, I had no idea about all these calls. Like, we don't really, I mean, you see a replay up on the big Jumbotron, but for the most part, as a Packers fan, I just I'm just like, all right, yeah. I'm glad that they missed that call or miscalled it. But at the same time, like, these referees this season are complete and utter dog shit.
Across the board, not even just
absolutely.
Detroit.
Exactly. Across the board.
That's why all this shit about the Packers, it's just bullshit. Like, the refs have been terrible for years now, and they've been really bad this season in particular.
The
So it's not.
replacement
Yeah, those are
refs were better.
stupid. Those are stupid people.
Yeah, literally. But I've seen that shit so much, and it's like, of course, in Lambeau Field, we're gonna get fucked by the refs again. Like,
No, those are
like,
stupid people. Those aren't real Lions fans. Those are like
yeah, that's
people who don't
true.
have a brain, man.
And also, like, I don't know. I don't want to say get over it, but get over it. You know, it's week 6.
Well, we gotta play next week. I mean, what can you do? It's
week 6.
over.
You got fucked. Whatever. I mean, the Saints got fucked in the NFC Championship
Out of a
game to
Super
go to the
Bowl.
Super Bowl. That's a loss that you can, like, you know, sleep
Cry
on.
about for a while.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a tough
But
one to swallow for sure.
yeah,
And
I don't know, man.
the big thing is, like, there's zero accountability. Like, as a fan,
Exactly.
as a fan watching all of this and trying to hear what's going to happen about these calls later on down the road, you don't hear anything about it. What happens is, like, from what I'm hearing from watching and listening to former players, like interviews and podcasts and stuff like that, is that the referees will send each team like a little memo saying, okay, this is what we missed. This is why we called what we called, but the public doesn't see any of that.
Yeah. Well, some of that stuff gets posted online on, like, Twitter and shit. I've seen them release it in the past of things they messed up on.
Right.
But, like, this should just be a bigger deal. It's not just another week in the NFL. This is a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I
who's in
mean,
charge of that shit? Alberto Riveron?
I mean, honestly, the refs should be just like any coach and player. After the game, you do your presser. You get your chance to explain any call you saw. I mean, there's, you know, I don't think they should have to
I
say
think
sorry to anybody, but just explain what you're seeing, you know, walk everybody through it.
I think
agree with
most things should be reviewable. Like if you're having a call in real
Yeah.
time, I think a couple of those calls could have been like reversed in real time. If you
Yeah,
just have somebody
absolutely.
watching everything, like there's no reason that we can't have everything be reviewable without slowing the game down.
I mean, I knew that this game was going to be an officiating circus when, like, the Lions punched it in right down, like, it was like a half-yard run.
That 4th and 1.
That 4th and 1.
I don't even think
And
that was in. I don't think that was in.
I don't think so either. And when you look at it, it was right down in front of me when it happened.
That was your end zone?
That was my end zone. So you see the main official come in and he's saying turnover on downs, and then the other line judge coming in signaling a touchdown.
Hemla, did you see the review? Did you see the replays on that one?
I didn't see that one. I saw it like afterwards, but I wasn't there for like the in-depth like reviews and shit.
Okay, Mike. So the over the head replay looked like he got in, but both of the side shots didn't look like he got in it close. So I think that's why they kept it the way it was called.
So I know, and that's what pisses me off is, like, Matt LaFleur, like, he should have threw that red flag.
He picked it up, right?
No, he didn't even throw it.
He picked up a different one.
He came out on the field like screaming at the refs, but that was it. And then what? He threw it on that possession. That was it a catch? Did he have possession of the ball?
Oh yeah.
Type of deal.
Here's the thing with that though. He's limited. So, like, when it's, I don't remember when that was at that point in the game, but they should have an unlimited amount of challenges. If we're gonna let the refs fuck up, you should have an unlimited. It's not like, oh, hey guys, you can only call us out twice when we fuck up. That's it though.
Right.
Like, I mean, you should be able to have challenges and challenge all this shit.
Exactly.
But don't they review all scores anyway? So I don't know how that.
Yeah, they review.
You can't. Yeah, you can't challenge that.
They're supposed to. I mean,
right away they just review it.
But I mean, you can. I suppose you absolutely can still challenge it and force them to look again.
Take a closer look.
Because you got to think that turnaround time between touchdown and PAT is less than a minute.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about some of the other controversial things?
Without the calls though, the biggest thing is the Packers still would have had like a 26-yard field goal or something. They were on the 16-yard line. So let's just say Mason Crosby hits that. I'm not mad at that, but the Lions should have had a chance to get the ball back and score. And Stafford has like an unreal amount of fourth quarter comeback. So You had a chance. You had no timeouts. About a minute 30
and
left.
Prater could hit a 60
I'm not
yarder.
mad at. I just wish the Lions had a chance. That's it. I'm not saying you take the win away from the Packers, but the Lions deserved a chance.
Like I texted you guys, the Packers win those games and the Lions lose those games. It would have. I think the Lions would have found a way to lose regardless of the calls, but the calls still don't look good.
Just give them a chance. Yeah,
exactly. Like there was the Lions. The Packers had what 3 or 4 turnovers.
Yeah, who's that guy? Who's number 10? Who's that guy?
they got that
some practice squad scrub that they brought
Aaron
up.
Rodgers
He muffed the punt and then he got the interception bounced off his face.
Right off his face.
That's the Lions had so many opportunities to cash in on the big points, but settled for field goals.
Like, that's why I'm not that upset.
Yeah, it's nobody else's fault but their own.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's not to say that because Detroit definitely, in my opinion, outplayed Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah, I guess.
That's why it's a win for Green Bay. Like, I'll take it, but it kind of, it just doesn't feel right. But I'm not going to bitch and complain. They won the game. They earned.
Would you guys call that? Do you guys feel?
I don't know.
Do you guys feel dirty about that win?
Not really. I mean,
I don't.
I think Rodgers had said over the years it evens out. Like all the times they've been screwed or whatever. You just kind of you got to take it as it is. You're going to be pissed when it goes against you. You just got to be happy when it goes for you and move on.
If a player can tell me that they've played a perfectly officiated game, I'll be surprised. Like there's always one fuck up somewhere. There's always one call that somebody can hang on to and blame the win or loss on.
Does it have to be in crunch time though?
Right? Does it have to be in the second half?
Oh man.
I mean, those 2 hands to the face calls. I mean,
can you understand where he's coming from?
I feel like it's
like watching the replay.
Right. It's a big partial. I mean, it's a big sell by Bakhtiari too.
He did. That's who won them. I think that he's the biggest all-star. He won them the game by selling those.
That looks bad.
I don't have a problem with that.
If you're in that guy's spot, that looks kind of bad in real time.
You talking about the back umpire who threw the flags?
Yeah. From his angle, I mean,
I would have thrown him too.
Just going straight back, like it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're all sitting watching slow motion, he obviously has it. I mean, he doesn't know that for sure. For all we know, he can't even see his hand. He just sees the helmet going up.
Yeah.
Exactly. And those hands of the face calls, they aren't reviewable like pass interference are.
Well, that's when Justin said more things should be reviewed. I think all flags should be reviewed. And maybe that'll, it'll make the refs think like, hey, is this actually a flag? Is this actually a hold? We got to make sure it's like bad because.
Yeah, but at the same time, like that would slow down the game so much.
But it could happen in real time in New York, though. You know what I mean? It could just be a quick thing.
It doesn't take that long.
You're turning a 3-hour game into a 5-hour game.
You make a team of people who review every penalty on the field as it's happening, and if a team challenges it, they're ready with the answer. You're already reviewing every single flag that happened. I mean, so it doesn't have
to be a better way.
Affair. Exactly. With all the technology, there's people sitting in New York, referees like making these calls. You could do that.
I don't know about holdings. Holdings are judgment calls, but for most other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
somebody should start a change.org petition to bring Ed Hockley back.
Right? Yeah, I know. That crew is is terrible, dude. That crew of officials, they're so bad.
It's all around the league, man. I don't know. It's terrible.
I mean, the head official's name is Cleat, for fuck's sake.
Cleat?
It's not a
Cleat.
It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Shout out to Cleat.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Shout out to Cleat.
I mean, he's probably got a couple brother cousins in his family.
He's a good old boy.
Birds and beer you want, man.
Yeah.
All over Wisconsin.
PBR.
Like Red Dog.
Old style.
I don't know. I can see where I would be frustrated too. But I mean, what are you gonna do, man? Fuck it,
So to move on from that, before the introduction, I had mentioned that I wanted Justin here because I want to get a knee-jerk reaction from you two about something that I'm potentially going to do here on November 2nd.
November 2nd.
On November 2nd, in Norway, Michigan, at the American Legion, there's a local pro wrestling promotion called UPW, and they're having an event called Resurrection. And once I found out about this, I immediately got in contact with the main promoter, and I'm potentially getting a spot
The broadcast.
in their battle royal.
Wait, you're serious?
To wrestle?
Yeah.
Dude, what?
I thought you were for sure.
Fuck yes.
I thought you were for sure going down the avenue of I'm gonna be on their broadcast and be on TV or some shit.
No, this is bad.
No.
He says he's gonna wrestle.
Battle royal over the top rope.
I'm getting in the squared circle, baby.
My God. Oh man, we gotta do something with this podcast and find a way to watch this too. That is awesome.
Wow.
I hope this happens.
Like so at the restaurant I run, we make a shit ton of breakfast burritos. Like that is on a busy day, I'm pumping out anywhere between 50 to 70 burritos. And so I decided that my name, my shtick is going to be the Burrito Bandito.
Oh, it matches up with your Twitter handle.
Exactly.
I like it.
That Twitter handle was kind of a subtle intro to it.
Dude, I'm
my Twitter.
Please let this happen.
My Twitter at mjamesw906.
Oh my God.
I'm just like blown back right now. I don't even know.
I don't know what to say. What are the chances of it actually happening, Mike?
I mean, I was just waiting for I'm gonna broadcast it on the radio.
No, I'm stepping in the ring.
Shit.
I'm gonna rob the moveset of Macho Man Randy Savage.
As you should.
That's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna come off the ropes and just bash somebody with a front elbow, and then just climb up to the top and shove the dagger right through somebody's heart.
You guys going to the Royal Rumble. That's incredible.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Crush PBR.
Win the whole thing.
Smash the can on your head.
Yes, bring PBRs out there and shotgun them. That should be your stick.
See, here's the thing is like I'm a bandito. I'm a burrito bandito, which is like Hispanic. So I got to bring like
Corona.
Modelo or something.
Cervezas.
I got to come out with a couple of Modelos.
Act Mexican.
Modelo out of the
you really got to grow out the mustache.
Yeah. Does Modelo come in a can?
I don't know.
I think
I've
maybe
only
a
seen
tall
glass bottles.
It's got to come in a tall boy.
I'm sure. I'm sure it does.
Wow.
When is that again?
November 2nd?
November 2nd.
So when will you know? When will you know, though?
In Norway,
when are you
Michigan. So the thing is, I'm going to show up like a few hours before the promotion.
You're going
if it's
day
a
up?
yes. Yeah, day up. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go through like a basic move set because you don't go into this thing not knowing some basics, keep your chin tucked, like how to take a bump and stuff like that.
Training the day of.
just some small stuff. Basics homework, just the basics.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like a basic snapmare, a hip toss,
Hurricane Rana.
He said, "Yeah, just show up a couple hours. We'll get you all."
Yeah, a hurricane.
Yeah, basic.
I'm gonna be
Rana.
doing Frankensteiners. Yeah. Basic stuff like 619s and stuff.
And
so that was my breaking news.
I hope it happens.
I actually hope it happens. And I gotta have like some sort of footage, or I don't know. Absolutely, we gotta review that.
We'll see. I gotta so it was pretty contingent on me selling X amount of tickets, which
so here we are
30. I had to sell.
Hit up Mike J for tickets to the UP wrestling.
Honestly, I can give you a link to the Eventbrite page, and they get sent right to your email. Show them on your phone. You're in. Ringside seats are only $20.
Good, that's a good deal.
Mike
$20 in advance, 30 at the door.
Plug.
I always plug.
For real though. And because I mean, you can't. There's no like pro wrestling school around here. I think the nearest one is probably Milwaukee or Madison.
Wait, how many tickets?
Maybe
they said 30. Like they said 30.
They said 30, which I think is yeah. That's a pretty high number to reach.
No. We need Mike to sell 100 tickets. Those bitches better sell out, and this guy is getting in the ring.
this American Legion needs to be butt to nut.
Let's get Mike in the ring.
Exactly.
I mean, we got to make like a fan bus or something. This is a big deal.
It is a huge deal.
That's a really big deal.
It's a childhood dream come true.
Exactly.
Pretty soon, like, I'm bald already. I'm going to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Just got to get some jean shorts and a leather vest.
Exactly. I just realized that I can't take Modelo out to the ring. It's got to probably be like Bush NA or something because I quit drinking.
You quit drinking?
I quit drinking. I'm done forever.
Why?
Forever.
What happened?
Well, if it causes problems, it probably is a problem. I'm just going to I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll talk offline about that.
No, but that's a big deal, bro. I respect that.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it sucks, obviously, for the boys.
Yeah.
But
you know what?
I'll still smoke it for you.
I'll still smoke a shit ton of weed, though.
Well, there we are.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm not completely straight edge.
Shout out to the weed plug.
And by not completely straight edge, I mean not straight edge at all.
Just not drinking.
Exactly. I'm just not
everything
drinking.
else.
Everything else.
Whatever you got, man. Let's go ahead and do it.
No alcohol, though.
Give me all the vitamins you have except for alcohol.
And that was beer. That was beer only. I'm still taking shots of vodka and shit, so it doesn't really matter.
I quit drinking, but maybe I'll take a shot on a birthday. No, it's not like that.
Okay,
I'm done forever.
All right.
How long has this been going on?
So I don't. Yeah. I kind of want to know the backstory if you want to open up about it. Like, not so much why, but just like what was your status before, and like how long have you been done? Shit like that. Like, were you drinking a lot before?
Yeah. So it was more of like a coping mechanism thing. And things kind of got pretty off the rails for a bit. So just trying to bring it all in and tighten it up.
So what gives that away? Is it somebody that tells you? Do you figure it out on your own?
Well, shit just kind of happens, and you kind of do like a personal inventory yourself. And you're like, why is this shit happening? And then it's a real honesty within yourself of, you really got to look at it and say, this is why. I know that this is why all this shit is happening. So you got to do something to change it.
And it's just it was just events happening in your life that was just like, all right, well, this doesn't add up. We got to fix this shit.
Exactly.
And how long ago was that, Mike?
I've been off the sauce for maybe like 6 months now.
Oh, it's been a while. Really? Yeah. Good job.
Wow.
And I mean living up in the boonies. I mean, that's not easy to do.
No, that's really hard to do up there.
Regardless, though, it's hard for anybody who's like, you could say addicted to this shit. Going through some shit, drinking all the time. Like, it's hard for anybody, bro.
Especially in the UP.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look around your community, bro.
For sure.
You know how many drunks and alcoholics there are just, in the UP alone.
In Barrett County alone.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I've actually moved out of Barrett County. I'm in Marquette now.
Yeah, I know, just in general. You know what I mean?
So Justin, fuck your stat, honestly. He lives in Marquette.
Yeah, okay. Oh, my bad. Yeah, okay. Marquette too, then.
Which is honestly probably even harder considering it's a college town.
That's what I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard to stop drinking in Barrett, Michigan. Where the bars only open until midnight. Meanwhile, he lives in a college town. You could party every weekend.
It's so hard to stop smoking meth in Barrett, Michigan.
That's the real problem. Let me get me started on that shit.
Fuck, man.
Before we go on from the football, though, I have to clear something up. Before the game, I know a big Lions fan. His name is Austin Smith. I said I wanted to make a wager with him because I believed in the Packers. And I said the loser.
He's got some nice hair.
Great hair. Loser has to stay off Twitter for 24 hours. It's not that big of a deal. Pretty simple wager. He agreed. And he's been tweeting ever since the game ended.
He didn't hold up his end?
No honor. Absolutely no honor. So I'm calling him out. Do your, pay your dues. Get off of Twitter for 24 hours. We wagered on the score of the game, not if you agreed how it ended. So that's all.
I feel like some interest is built up now. Like 24 has moved to 48. If he keeps tweeting, it's up to 72.
Every tweet he sends out, I reply with no honor or like zero integrity or something. So
you just gotta
just pay your dues.
No intelligence, no integrity, nothing
doing. It's gonna hurt. The Lions lost. I get it. It's gonna hurt. It sucked the way it happened. But
maybe he just refuses to think the Lions lost because of the way it happened.
I mean, I get it, bro. But the scoreboard says, and we're betting on the final score of a game, and period. It has nothing else to do with any play, anything to do with the game. Only the final score. He needs to
uphold his side of the bet.
Right.
So there's that.
Although, like, I did place. I do a little bit of sports betting during the football season.
Oh yeah.
I'm on a couple of sports books, and even though the Packers won and I was there and my bad luck curse is broken, man, I'm still
out. On the Lions.
No, I bet on the Packers, but I didn't cover the fucking spread.
What was the spread?
When I placed my bet, it was like 4.5, which is a weird number.
Yeah, it's kind of
a weird spread. Ended up being like 3.5.
It closed at 3.5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 3.5. But that was like when I checked before the game.
Yep, it closed at 3.5.
That's fair.
So.
And what, they won by 2? Is that what it was?
They won by 1.
1. Okay, yeah, they were down by 2. Yeah.
Yep, I needed a touchdown.
Wow.
Which I knew wasn't going to happen because
there was a shot, you know.
We almost had one.
The only 2 receivers the Packers have were out.
Exactly.
I mean,
and one got injured in the game too and came back. So, you don't know what his percentage was.
Probably not.
Geronimo Allison didn't come back.
No, he didn't come back. Scalding got hurt. At some point, and he left and came back. Something with his leg or like her foot.
He's got a big frame, but the dude, he can't catch a cold, man. He had that one good catch in the second half, but that's all I've seen out of him.
It seemed like nobody could catch a ball in the entire first half.
Did the field seem slippery to you guys?
It was cold. It was cold and wet.
I was running all over. I mean, it was tough to get a grip.
No, I just like Mike in general. Did you see
Stafford?
Yeah, I mean, it was raining. It was raining all day.
Everybody seemed like they're slipping all over the place. Me and my dad were wondering if it was maybe they didn't like wear the right cleats or what the hell was going on.
Stafford was losing his footing all over the place.
I know. I saw that. That was weird.
It had rained earlier that day, so the field was pretty wet. And I mean, it was heavy rain.
That's weird. I thought on the broadcast they said it wasn't wet at all or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what the girl said, but she probably didn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, she's like, it's not wet at all down here.
It's not wet.
Like you, booger.
Yeah, she's a fucking liar. I don't know who the girl was, but she's a liar. There's probably Aaron Andrews still tore up about Aaron Rodgers leaving her ass.
Wait, is that a thing?
I don't know that's a thing either.
Oh, that's absolutely a thing. They were together for a bit.
Aaron Andrews?
Nice.
Aaron Andrews from ESPN.
Nice.
Maybe she works for Fox now. I don't know. But yeah, that was definitely a thing.
That's strange. Wait, Justin, what's on my mind?
No, I didn't know
you said you were gonna go to you said you were gonna go to UFC Tampa. Did you go?
No, I ended up having to work, but it didn't look like I made. Oh, and then once Joanna said she wasn't gonna make weight and the fight might have been off, then there's really no reason to go to that.
No point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what a fight that! Did you watch it?
Of course, yeah. It was.
That fight was great. I love Joanna, man.
It's kind of what I expected. Did you watch that card, Mike?
Not at all.
Yeah, it was pretty much what I expected. Yeah.
I mean, Joanna's just, to me, she's still the GOAT. And Watterson's dope. I love Watterson too, but she's just not on her level at all. It's just a mismatch.
No, you got to think. Watterson used to fight at atomweight. She's like she's really a 105er, but she had to move up because the UFC doesn't have a atomweight division.
Yeah, exactly.
So
what was exciting is it wasn't just like a beating overall. Like she had some chances, like a chance for.
She had her back twice.
Exactly. So that's what made the fight exciting for me. You know.
Oh yeah, she could have finished it twice.
Basically dominated for 5 rounds, but it was she had her moments.
And the last UFC fight I watched was the Cowboy fight and Justin Gaethje.
Oh, wow!
Wait, when was that? That was recently, right?
Yeah, that was maybe beginning of the month.
Yeah, it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, shit show. Because I'm a huge Cowboy Cerrone fan.
It just hurts watching it, man. I'm so nervous every time he fights.
Yeah, that's a bad fight. That's a really bad fight for him.
That's a bad fight for a lot of people in that
anybody.
Just because he's just a killer, he just won't stop coming.
He's.
You're talking about Justin Gaethje?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the funnest people to watch, man. I can't get enough of watching his fights.
I mean, he was like one of the first people to get guaranteed contracts, like win and show guaranteed.
Yeah, no,
just because of his style.
Right, and that's how it should be for him.
Exactly,
because you know what you're gonna get.
like him.
Like, I was really tore that night because that was the same night that the Tyson Fury fight happened with that German dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he looked like shit.
With
Tyson
that
Fury?
huge gash filled with
he didn't box very well. I don't know if that guy was just underrated or Fury just didn't care. I don't know.
He just got hit
it was
good a
weird.
couple times and just didn't look right. Yeah.
So
That
what I
nasty.
think it was is like Fury just tried to take him into deep water, you know? Like, he tried to stretch this fight out because obviously the longer that fight goes on, the more the advantage leaned toward Fury.
Oh, for sure.
And he just so happened to get blasted and busted wide open.
Hold on.
Yeah, that cut was bad.
He just signed with the WWE, like a WWE appearance.
I think that's a one fight thing. Mike, is that a one fight thing?
It looks like just an appearance.
For the crown jewel?
For the crown jewel thing. It's what's solidified there? It's Braun Strowman and Tyson Fury, and then Cain Velasquez and Brock Lesnar. But I know Cain Velasquez has been training at the Performance Center in Orlando for WWE and has wrestled for another promotion. AAA, exactly.
Okay, I want to talk to you guys about that really quick. Yeah, he looked good, actually. He was doing Hurricane Rondas and stuff. So is Cain Velasquez and Brock Lesnar sitting in a room with Vince McMahon and going over who's going to win that match? Like, I'm just trying to picture that conversation in my head. Like, is Cain like, okay, yeah, Brock is going to F5 me and I'm going to lose? Like, that just blows my mind. How is that conversation going?
I think Cain has to take the back seat on that, though. He has to.
Yeah, Cain has to take the L.
But did you guys see him? Like, the size difference is crazy. Did you see when Cain walked out?
Between who?
Yeah.
When Cain walked out in the WWE.
Size difference, what do you mean? Like, he got smaller or
between
bigger?
him and Lesnar.
Oh, Lesnar, yeah. Lesnar's fucking huge, dude. Jesus Christ.
Dude, well, just because Cain was fighting in the UFC, like, he's obviously not on, any PEDs that we know of so far, but he just looks small, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He's not blowing up at all.
Lesnar's probably juiced to the gills.
He's huge. Gets special treatment. He's massive.
He's so big.
That's why it's just
special treatment.
Weird seeing him and Cain together.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That conversation backstage, I just can't stop thinking about how that conversation is going. It's so weird to me.
Just keeping you up at night. What is Cain saying?
It is. I just don't understand.
I'm willing to guarantee
that. I can't see Brock sitting there.
I bet you that they're not in the same room. Absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they have to work out the match.
Well, is that how that goes? Do they do it with the
wrestlers? They have to work out the match.
Well,
no,
not
but
necessarily.
Like with the wrestlers involved, or just McMahon's gonna fucking, or whoever's gonna decide it. Okay.
So, like, there is a rehearsal period where they go through what's going to happen and talk it out, but I think hashing out all the details is probably done one-on-one, because you get two massive egos in there, and then
there's no way you're debating that.
Such a heated rivalry outside of WWE in an actual fight scenario in the UFC. Those two hated each other.
That's what I mean. Can you imagine Brock being like, okay, Cain's the new guy. I've been doing this forever. He's going to come into my place and I'm going to put him over? I can't see Brock being cool with that.
No shot. There's no way. I can't even imagine that being an option.
Well, it's going to have to end with some kind of run-in or something. There's no way that anybody's going to win clean.
He already put him over by...
Yeah, I know. I was surprised.
Like, just the fact that Lesnar ran away put Cain Velasquez over way big time.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Which looks silly, bro. As someone who doesn't know wrestling so much,
right?
It just looks silly because of how big Brock looks compared to Cain, and he's just like running away.
And everybody wants to talk about how their UFC fight went, but people forget that was after 2 bouts of diverticulitis. Like, that wasn't really the best of Brock Lesnar. Like, I don't know that he gets like fucking murked that bad if they fight when they're both in their prime.
No, probably not.
I don't know if he wins, but he doesn't get murked that bad.
No. I mean, look at the second fight between Lesnar and Frank Mir.
Right, yeah.
What, that went 2 rounds, I think?
Did it even go 2 rounds?
I think it might have went to decision.
No, yeah, he finished them. I don't know how long. The second fight, he finished them. I don't remember how long it went, though.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing where Lesnar was just like, I want to go home and drink a Coors Light because Bud Light don't pay me shit.
Get on top of my wife.
Yeah, exactly. Make more Neanderthal-looking children.
I wonder what his kids look like.
Just like him.
Have you seen them?
Yeah. Have you not seen that picture of
Wait,
like Brock
who's
Lesnar's daughter?
She looks like him?
Identical.
Nice.
It's disgusting. She's like a big volleyball, like a high school volleyball star.
Of course she is.
She probably just loves munching carpet.
Nice.
I'm assuming she's probably like a freshman or sophomore in college now. She's above 18, so I can talk about her like that.
Nice.
In fact, I'm gonna do some research right now to make sure I don't have to put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah, I looked it up, and I'm just not. I don't want to talk about it, bro. I just didn't want to talk about it. I can't come on here and talk about somebody's daughter like that, bro. It's just not happening.
I mean, honestly,
Shout out to Brock Lesnar's daughter.
Do you think Brock Lesnar or his daughter are gonna listen to this?
His daughter probably.
Not,
yeah.
But my conscience.
Maybe like 8 years down the road.
My conscience can't take it, bro. I think I just can't take it.
She's.
Wow.
I take back everything I just said about Brock Lesnar's daughter after doing some small research.
Why? What'd you find?
Her age.
which is what?
She's 14.
No, she's 17.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah, let's lay off fucking Brock Lesnar's daughter. Sorry, Brock.
Does he have a son?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we were just talking about
it.
I'm sure if he has a son, that he'd be able to crush me just as easily as Brock Lesnar could.
Oh, I'm sure his son's a fucking tank.
You got to think he has a fenced-in, like 40-acre farm that
Canada, yeah.
that he probably does in Minnesota and Canada. Like, I think that's all Brock Lesnar does is just buy 40 acres at a time. And fences it all in and says nobody can fucking come here, and probably just runs his children
a collection of 40-acre fucking properties.
Like, he probably puts his daughter in front of like one of those old school garden tillers.
Talking about his daughter, bro.
He probably has like the hay baler machine, but he probably makes his kids do it by hand. Just
Well,
just
his daughter's a fucking behemoth like him.
Maybe that's what he wants. She's a hoss.
Did you look up the picture?
Yeah, you got to
see the picture.
Okay, I'm looking up the picture.
Did it right now. What do I type in? Brock Lesnar's daughter.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, she looks like a Neanderthal. So does he. They look like crow men.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. She doesn't have eyebrows. No eyebrows, huh? Okay. No eyebrows. I like it. All right.
Oh.
Is she albino? I wonder.
I don't know what to say about this, guys. We should probably move on though, because Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
I feel terrible about that.
I don't. I feel bad about like the muff diving part, but that's about it. That's it though.
Hey Mike, how's the football team, like high school football teams doing?
I've been kind of out of the loop on high school football. I know last time I'd heard Lance was in like the small five in rankings.
Wolfie had said they were losing to like a Hancock or Lake Linden or somebody.
They lost to Hancock first game of the year. But I think they've been winning.
He said it sounded like they had a good team, but they just, for whatever reason, were losing games.
Who were you talking to, Hemla?
Steve. Wolfie.
Oh.
Wolfie.
How we doing? Football's, I mean, it's a good subject, the local football, but it's kind of it's a tough one for me. Who am I supposed to talk about?
Right.
Well, Lance, you're a Lance fan now.
And also, rest in peace, Berger football, and rest in peace, Lance hockey. Two of my great young loves. Two of my first loves in life, gone forever, never coming back. You know how bad it sucks
I'm
being
more
alumni,
sad.
bro?
I'm more sad about Baraga football.
How many how many people from Baraga do you think go to Lance football games? Is it a lot?
Yeah, I mean, like I did the PA for 2 years while the co-op was going on, and um, I mean, if well, that's the thing with like small town sports is like people aren't going to show up to the game unless the team's doing good,
Yep.
you know.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm
But
just thinking like people from Baraga. I'm like the Kathy Wadagas of the world, things like that.
Billy John Joe.
Are they going to Lance football games?
yeah, I think so.
It's just tough,
Like
man.
the diehard Baraga sports people are still going to go and support the Baraga kids.
Is there Baraga kids?
Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah, I think the first year of the co-op, on the JV team, they had like 30 something kids.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, well, I thought it was a lot
it was
worse.
an insane amount. I'm not even sure why they even kept that many, and like why they didn't like maybe start a freshman team,
Maybe just play in Baraga. You could do that. You know, just take half
right?
of them and play them in Baraga at the $1
Right.
million facilities.
So I coached the middle school program for like 3 years, and I was there during the co-op period, the first 2 years, and I was begging to be able to use the Baraga facility, like for our practices, for our games, because the Baraga
Why
kids
not?
exactly because the Baraga kids get bussed over to Lance, um, on Baraga's dime, but
How miserable.
if we just bust the middle school kids, which is I don't know, maybe with 7th and 8th graders, it's like 30 kids, and they have the brand new field, brand new equipment. I mean, it would just make more sense instead of packing everybody into one small practice field and having to try to find room.
I mean, what are they going to do with the Baraga field? I mean, they just got it. I mean, it's not recently renovated,
They
but
still have track,
you got
right?
great stands, you got a great press box, you got a great track, you got a good field. You have 2 different practice fields if you count the softball field over there. Why and locker rooms, like beautiful locker rooms with showers and like I don't understand.
It's
What are they?
Pop Warner stuff now.
And that's all they do.
Yep.
It's just I don't know. It's
What
sad,
else
bro.
could you do
You
with
know how
it?
shitty it is as an alumni to not be able to go home and like go to a Baraga football game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to a Lance football. I'm just not going to a Lance football. I mean, it just wouldn't be the same.
I hear you.
It's just
Have
shitty.
you been to the new field?
I've seen it. I haven't been to it. I'm not. I would go to a Lance football game. I'll say that, but not. It just wouldn't be the same.
I hear you.
I would go and enjoy it, but and then Lance hockey. Like I
That's
can't ever go back and watch a nice Lance hockey game. Like what what do they do there? Just
Now
figure
that really
skating now.
pisses me off.
And
yeah. There's no more going to the far side of the rink and having it all rainbow colored from all the Skittles that we threw at opposing players.
bro, you guys were rowdy, man.
Bunch of
Just
savages.
nuts. I mean, I remember when I was little in like the Brett Dagner, Chris Beaver days, like just insane, bro. Those games were nuts. It wasn't even safe to be there.
No,
No,
it wasn't.
police
It wasn't even a safe place. I'm like 12. Crazy.
Yeah, we're talking about like opposing teams having to come in with a police escort.
No, it was bad. I remember that. Like it was really bad.
Didn't
The
Brett
cops
Dagner
had
like
to
jump
stand
over
there,
the
and
bench, like the opposing bench? And
that was in Houghton.
no, something happened in Lawrence. I swear, it was like Brett Dagner. Somebody just jumped over the bench and started
Beaver.
fighting. Or was it Beaver?
Beaver clubbed this kid. I remember watching it. Beaver clubbed some kid in the back of the head as hard as he could, and then went over to their bench and started fighting the bench.
Just takes on the whole bench. Shout out to Chris Beaver. Wow.
I forgot he played high school hockey. He's a tank.
You want that guy on your team. The guy who's going to go to the other bench and just fight whoever. That's the fucking guy you want.
What an animal.
That was awesome.
It's just kind of sad, man. I don't know. Like, things weren't as crazy in my days. It was just, like, more support than anything. It wasn't, like, rowdy. It got rowdy every once in a while, but...
You remember when the kid
was
broke
great, man.
Bryant Froberg's jaw, and they came to play in Lance after that?
Kingsford.
Was it?
Kingsford, yeah. They had to get a police escort all the way up to like the Covington Junction or wherever.
From the
What
Covington
year
Junction
was that? I
into
don't know
town.
if
Yeah.
I was on the team.
Yeah.
Was I on the team when he broke his jaw? I don't think I was.
That was like
That was
20
bad.
That was like 2010.
No.
10, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, somewhere in
That was
there.
on lawn since I was a freshman.
I was definitely still in high school.
Are you sure it wasn't like 08? Like
Yeah,
right
It could have
before?
been.
Justin left the Eagles to go shoot some fucking hoops.
I don't know if it was that year, but it could have been the year before
Either
that.
way. Well, so wait, so what happened when they came back? They had to get an escort?
Yep, police
Yeah.
escort.
Kingsford,
And
yeah, they were.
Wow.
Oh man, that was bad. I was actually scared for those kids.
Froberg played that game too when they came to Lance, and I think he scored the winning goal.
I can't remember, but he had his. I
Wow.
know he had his jaw wired shut though,
It
or
was
something like that.
I think that was before I was
a
on the
real
team. It had to
storybook
have been.
ending.
Wait, so before we go on, while I have this in my head, favorite Moccasin Arena memory? Moccasin Square Garden.
Mine's easy.
Let's see here.
All right, Justin, go ahead then. Let Mike sit on this one.
Well,
I'd have to say
go ahead, Mike.
probably I can't remember if it was Ironwood or Ontonagon, but there was just a complete brawl that broke out and the game got called. And I think it was like the Brett Dagner, Chris Beaver days. And I know Rob Usatella was definitely on the team. And a giant fight just broke out and they ended up calling the game. I'm not even sure how they got everybody off the ice, but we were all told to go home and never speak of it ever again.
I
Bro,
vaguely
those
remember
games
that.
were insane. I mean, just the jungle. They called it the jungle for a reason, bro. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
nasty in there. It
Oh
kind of
yeah.
makes me sad that I wasn't a part of that, regime. We came in a much more PC culture.
A little bit. Especially at the
I
end
mean,
of your, especially at the end, yeah. But maybe in the
yeah.
beginning of you playing high school hockey, it was
Oh yeah,
still
like my
like that a
freshman
little
year
bit.
it was still a little shit show with Dan Perro and Steve Johnson and shit. It was still a little bit of a shit show.
So what was your favorite memory, Justin?
Well, mine's easy. Mine as a player, we played the electricians there when I was part of the Eagles my junior year, and it was like the first time I actually got to play in front of like a packed play, like a Lance. The Meadowbrook was packed for a game that I played in,
Yeah, I remember that
and
being like a big deal.
it was huge. It was shoulder to shoulder, and like all the people in the stands, like Perro was like throwing batteries at this kid I knew from Marquette. And they were ranked in the top 5 of the nation, and we were like 50, and we ended up beating them. It was like the first time we beat them. That was crazy. But then like mine as like a spectator was probably when you guys beat Calumet.
Man, you just stole my greatest moment. That's incredible.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite to watch.
What a time. That's my favorite
That was
Meadowbrook
crazy.
Yeah,
moment
I
of the league.
remember
It
that
has to
game.
be that. Like, just
Craziness. That's a,
nuts.
that's a, that's a state championship team, wasn't it?
I don't know if they won it that year, but I just remember it being in overtime. We weren't supposed to be anywhere close to winning that game. We were obviously shit, and they were great. I'm pretty sure they have like Ben Johnson at the time and shit. And
I don't know if that was Ben Johnson. I remember.
you don't think so?
I think it was like '08. I think he was just maybe
Well, it was 09. It was my freshman year. I
'09.
remember
Okay.
that.
Okay.
09. Either way, we weren't supposed to beat that team. Tyler Froberg was on that team. I remember
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
And we fucking win that shit, man. I mean, that's just one of the greatest sports moments you could have at Meadowbrook.
My
30 for
Honestly,
30.
bro, the powerhouse comes in.
my all-time favorite Lance hockey memory though is in Calumet when some kid goes
Oh
up to
yeah.
Parker and says, "Nice game," not after getting mercied like 10-2. And
I believe he said something else, didn't he?
Oh, I mean, but this wasn't at the end either. This was all game. They kind of had a fan section like ours over in the corner.
Oh,
They're
he
just
chirped him the whole
chirping
game.
Parker the whole fucking time.
I believe he
And
said nice
Parker's like,
game.
I'm pretty sure Parker's talking to him the whole time, bro.
It was a,
Like
it was a
Parker's
it
down
was
there
a
talking his shit.
homophobic it was a homophobic slur he hurled at Parker. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
and then Parker just throws all of his gear into people walking by and just starts throttling this kid against the glass.
I remember walking out that they had like double doors. I'm walking through that and I'm like in the middle of them and I look back. I hear commotion. I look back and Parker's just wailing on some kid. Full hockey gear, got the goalie set on. That's got to be. I don't know if they ever played him again after that.
I remember
Honestly.
hearing about that when I was on the hockey bus on the way back from somewhere, and Parker called me after that game and told me what happened. I remember laughing so fucking loud. That was
Well, I mean, it's cool in the moment, but afterwards, when he gets suspended, that's our last game of the year every year. So
oh
we're going to the
yeah.
playoffs, and we got to play fucking Van Buren in net against Hancock or somebody, and we just get waxed. Like he played well, but he was obviously no match. Where Parker's getting like 60 saves a game,
Oh yeah.
and we're still losing 8-0.
Right, like what you guys win? Maybe like 3 games that his senior year, but he
Oh yeah.
was still first team
Oh,
all
he was like first
conference.
team. Yeah,
He
because he
saved
was
like
racking up 45 to 60 saves a game.
he had like
At least
86% saves, like 86
Yeah.
save percentage.
One of my favorite all-time moments of Lance hockey was in Houghton, We're down. We're coming off the second period. We're down 7-0. I think it's 8-0. You get mercied in the third. We go into the locker room. Everybody's pissed. Tyler Miller, he's a senior at the time. He gets up and says, "We got to pick it up. You guys are playing like shit, blah, blah, blah. We can't let this shit happen. This is fucking bullshit. We shouldn't be getting mercied." So he's going on doing his thing. We go back out in the third. He's in the starter. He starts the third period on defense. I'm pretty sure it was like Steve Johnson or somebody that he wins the draw back to him. And a Houghton player goes over, lifts up his stick, takes the puck, and scores the game-winning goal, and it's over. Just right away, bro.
Picked his pocket.
Yeah, literally. He goes off in between periods, and then they just score on us like that.
Was he pissed?
I'll never forget it. I'll just never. Or when Parker like breaks his stick over the net, he's like, "My dad's gonna fucking kill me."
Oh, it's the first thing. Anytime he does anything, anytime he broke his stick when we played together, I look right for his dad to see how like dirty of a look his dad was giving him.
Just crushes it on the net. Young savage.
Hockey's a sport I wish I would have gotten into.
You know what's crazy, Mike?
I
was thinking about this earlier. Like, you were one of the, like, I don't even know how to put this. You were just like the guy in Berga and Lance. I don't know a single person that doesn't like you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, maybe in high school, the Berga kids might have not liked him in high school, but now
I don't know. I've never really met someone that's been like, "Fuck that guy."
I don't know. Like, me and a lot of the Berga guys always got along.
Yeah, always. I've never heard somebody say a bad thing about you. Like,
I vaguely remember not liking him in high school.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, true.
But still, I don't know. That's not something. I don't know.
Yeah, not anymore.
It's funny.
Everybody likes Mike now.
So I've spent a few nights in jail, and he's like of the COs at the county jail. And I remember one time I went there, I had to turn myself in, and I look in like the CO's break room, and there's a big bowl of those Tutti Fruities. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like those fruit punch.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah. And I went out and I was like, "What's up with those Tutti Fruities, man?" And he just handed me like 3 giant handfuls.
Yeah.
Which he's not supposed to do at all.
No, hell no.
And
shout out to him. He doesn't have a job anymore.
Yeah, we might want to cut this part out of the podcast.
We just got him fired.
and I chowed those things down so fast. Like, I couldn't let anybody in my cell know that I had any of those. It's like gold.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to doing that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna edit out every time we said his name because I don't want him to get fucked. Right there, I think that's a really good spot to end right there.
That's a good story.
And that's it. Episode 1.
Well, for anybody who's listening, obviously these episodes are going to get a lot better as we go on.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate y'all, and we're out.
That's the view.
Peace.